Cash for the spot. It's time to get that hustle on. Bags hit the block. Resort to get my pumping on. Spaz in the spot. Got coke all on my fucking phone. Cash for the cop. Keep nothing in my fucking home. Niggas is playing both sides like two cheaters. I'm moving packs, back roads, and two-seaters. Dropping drugs in the hand for the face. Some call it troublesome. I'm trying to keep it good with the plug so I can double some. Man, gotta eat. See, the streets is what I'm working on. My position dumb.
All
right, we got them Cowboys.
Again,
Let's see what we can do with them.
This is the 2020
I'll let
season
your boy.
on EA Sports. Coming up, Ezekiel Elliott, fresh off 100 yards a week ago, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Dallas Cowboys. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Godden, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They come in off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Eagles, they come in riding high. Just 1 loss in their last 7 games.
It's a very focused team, very disciplined. They've kept the penalties to a minimum, and they're winning football games.
Zerline out now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator say right off the top, he's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
15 line.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. Well, a pretty move couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. And credit the tackle to Derek Barnett. And on this offensive unit, your thoughts on Travis Frederick?
He's a quarterback's best friend. Sets all the line calls and blocks so aggressively.
Tavon Austin, he was dealing with a concussion symptom, so if he's not ready to go by Sunday, they're gonna pull Cedric Wilson from the practice squad.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. This is Elliott. Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
71, man. 5-3.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24. The numbers for him from a week ago. 20 carries, 55 yards.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is, I want him to keep touching the football.
From the 24, Wentz. It's caught by Jackson. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Field goal. 180.
On first and 10, here's Wentz. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
On second down now, it's Hines. And for a second straight play, that Cowboy defense gets him to the ground behind the line of scrimmage. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
Now Wentz on third down. His throw caught at about the 5. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Just go first.
Luke Wilson, his first touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's...
Oh, this is blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football.
Let's go, Lewis.
He's got the
Let's
lane,
go, Lewis.
and there he goes. He's at the 30, past the 20, and he dives into the end zone and gets the 2 points.
I'll take that 2 point.
Following the botch PAT, they're set to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Nigel Bradham brings him down. Well, look now at our starting defense. This unit, 3rd best in the NFL in stopping the run.
I still crack up a little bit after we left our meeting with the defensive coordinator, because I said to you, stop me if you've heard this before. How about him saying, well, first order of business, we got to stop the run. Of course you do. He's got a good unit, but facing the #1 rushing team, they have to stop that in order to have a good performance.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Trying to make something happen.
2nd and 6.
Oh, my God.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing. And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. You know they'd love nothing more than to get a 3-and-out here after having the interception.
And it also tells you a little bit about how they feel about their leader, right? Their quarterback throws an interception in the previous series. They're trying to help him out here with a big stand.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
That's not good.
Zerline now for the PAT.
Get him again, Lou.
And now it's blocked. Picked up by the offense. This is a live ball. So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, what a move. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. A lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Get it.
Now Elliott. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting third down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. It's Big Vince Williams who made the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 8. He's got the first down inside the 40. And he has another 1st down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 34-yard line.
So watch out for that man. He's going down. Him and Coop.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Tony Pollard in the backfield.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. 2 choke plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been a running game for the most part. It's power down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a 1st down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
All right, let's get it.
Logo. 52 right here. 52. Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 9th touchdown of the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
No answer whatsoever.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead is down to a field goal. So that lines up a 7-play drive all told. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Our eyes shift to the defense of the Cowboys now. And they have certainly been effective in one category. That's blocking kicks.
And the best special teams coaches in the league convince their guys that blocking kicks is a badge of honor. Because most people don't really want to do it. It's not a heck of a lot of fun to catch one in the chest when you're trying to go through. But when you convince them to get that done, boy, that really helps your team overall. The best special teams coaches are the best motivators at getting that done.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. On 1st down, Wentz. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
A throw on the quick slant going to be complete.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Wentz. He'll find Hines out of the backfield.
Man,
so a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Wentz now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. This pass complete. Wentz to Ertz, and he's got this down to the 35. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. As they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
That's another one I got to build up. So I got the quarterback I need to build up, and I got the
Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 6 of his throws on this drive. From the red zone now, Wentz. That's complete right around the 8. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown.
They're already on the team, need to be built up.
3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Now Zerline on and the extra point.
Quarterback ain't nothing but a 72 overall.
So he missed his first 2, but this time it's good, and that'll extend the lead.
Like I said, he's a rookie.
So this drive spans 7 plays, and it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown.
Well, it's going to be competition pretty much every game.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
28-yard line, 24-yard punt return.
Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. At his current pace, sure looks well in line for a 1,000-yard season, but some of the old folks watching remember the 12-game seasons in the NFL. Probably say, man, it was a lot harder to do that back then.
Yeah, even the 14-game seasons. And, you know, when we talk to those veteran runners, some of those guys who wear gold jackets, right, and appear in Canton, they look at this and go, you know, it's kind of like going to school and taking 5 years to get your degree instead of just 4.
A victory lap. Well, they also used to walk uphill to school both ways.
In the snow.
In the snow.
Blizzards.
And milk was 5 cents. Hey, but he's having a great year, not to take anything away from him.
I can run with Tony Pollard.
They start on the ground with Elliott. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Right now.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Get a touchdown though on the wheel.
From the gun, Rhodes. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. First down now, but the clock continues to move. They go play action here on first down. Let's it fly deep for Cobb. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Off play action. Rhodes letting one fly deep for Cooper. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Intended that time for Cooper, and it's third down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. A final shot before break. Rhodes going for the deep ball. And unable to connect. Incomplete.
I know y'all seen that.
Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, where you see the final score there. 31-6, the final score.
Boy, I tell you.
Next, we head off to check out another game. Man. And they were winners in that one over the visiting.
We now proceed to the start of the second half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here are the Eagles to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Wentz. He's got Wilson, middle of the field. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Yeah. Dump it over the top to him. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. That one goes for 24 yards.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. Busts through the tackle. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. From the gun, it's Wentz. His pass caught at the 4. A gain of 9 there. Sets up 2nd and goal.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wentz. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Jackson. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
That drive that really increased their cushion, Felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. You just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half. Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
On 1st and 10, Rhodes. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. Rhodes. That one complete. Elliott. Call it a pickup of 7, and it's a second down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary. And I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Let's go, Gallup.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Rhodes. And his throw is incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. And it's second down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. And an alley to run.
There you go, Pollard, baby. Now y'all see the difference.
Cowboy touchdown.
Pollard and
Tony Pollard with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cowboys get a bit closer.
See the quickness, the movement.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. That time a 6-play drive. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Here's Carson Wentz now with the rest of his offensive unit heading onto the field. He has been on his A game. We're in the third quarter. He's already in search of touchdown pass number 5.
He's played so well that it's hard for me to take my eyes off of him, even when he's not on the field. I keep finding him on the bench in between series, wondering what he's going to do next.
And now look at him go. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. A big play there on the catch and run. 58 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Back now in Arlington. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. They get 5 on the run, but it leaves them with a tough 3rd and goal forthcoming. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy. Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Here we go, D, get off the field.
Here's Pollard again. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right, they did pick up the 1st down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, Rhodes. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a 1st down. Looking to throw. Rhodes. His throw caught right around the 6. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 17 more yards. They had 17 on the previous snap as well. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Cooper was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he'll touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard, his 2nd touchdown of the night, as his guys are back within a single score. He's having a nice little game. Maybe already has an eye on that 3rd touchdown.
And how about what our producer, Christian McLeod, likes to say when they've scored touchdowns like this? He's put a tent up in touchdown city.
Marr on for the extra point.
As long as Tony Pollard doing this.
And the lead will shrink to 6. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a 1-score, 6-point game. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first down. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. 11 yards there, first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They run with Hines. And he will be stopped here for no gain, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
Pretty tight ends out there.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. They run again with Hines. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. There's Hines. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Here's Ryan Allen now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. So now the Cowboys down by 6, just over 1:40 to play. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Ready? 60 or. All day, every day, any day.
This thing look good.
Now.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Back to throw.
Oh.
And he fires one incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Trying to run forward, Pollard. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
And it was the stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And he'll sling that one in there. Complete to Cooper on a comebacker. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Check. 6-6. Pull it high. Shoot.
He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and it's third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Pilot, 64, weak.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
Tony Pollard starting from now, though.
So for the Eagles, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals.
Tony probably got some upgrade. Faster he is, the better. Moving on to next week, but I won't be playing the game. You already know it. The game will be tomorrow. We'll be playing the 3-6 Cardinals. That should be a win. It should be a win. But you never know. Because, like I say, our quarterback is a rookie. He's only at 74 overall. You know, so gotta take it one game at a time. I mean, we'll probably make the playoffs, but I don't see us winning the Super Bowl this year. Unless I put it on rookie, but I don't like doing that shit. That shit too easy. But it's your boy Mitch Smooth, man. I'm signing out. It's been real. Watching Madden on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you're at. Follow your boy. Subscribe to the channel if you're on YouTube. Hit that bell so you can get notified every time I go live or upload a video, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Holla at your boy. Till next time, keep it real with yourself and with others. Salute.